What's up, my peoples? Today, this is Gandhi's Thoughts, and as always, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I think about Halo 4 and Team Throwdown the day after I play. So this is actually kind of 3/4 because I didn't really do a day 3, but what's also bullshit is that I didn't really even play that much for day 3, but I still have to count it because I got on and I played some games. So regardless, we are still on the right track to day 14. And that's kind of like the limit I set myself because I think day 14 will really be when I start becoming good at this game. Um, I got to talk about a couple things today. The first thing I kind of want to talk about is the fact that a lot of people are pretty sensitive these days. And sorry about my voice. I was at a mechanical bull redneck bar on Friday, and all the smoke in the uh, in the bar just really it just messed me up. I sound like shit. I sound like I smoke, and I don't smoke. Um, but so the first thing I want to talk about is the sensitivity problem with everyone here. A lot of people, I guess, they don't know who I was or where I was coming from in the whole sense of trash talking and everything else. So I'm going to make a couple things clear. Okay, number one, when I play against someone, I'm extremely competitive. I want to win. I view them as an enemy. Now, if I'm playing against you and for whatever reason you're watching the stream, number one, you're a scumbag because you're cheating. But number two, um, I don't mean anything personal. It's not like I'm attacking your mother, your sister, your looks. It doesn't none of that ever comes into the equation. Really, I just treat you like an opponent because you are because I want to win. So nothing's ever personal. If it is personal, you'll know it's personal. Number two, um, I know I'm gonna lose this battle, but I watch South Park, right? And I agree a lot with what they have to say, but I know I'm going to lose this battle. It's not even worth bringing up, but I have to. So, some scumbag kid yesterday with former DJ in his name, whatever, he's cool, um, called me out for saying the word fag a lot. Now, I don't mean fag in a derogatory way towards homosexuals. I don't. I mean fag is douchebag. Fag, douchebag are interchangeable for me. It's just like that South Park episode, and if you need me to link it, I'll link it. But that's kind of where I'm coming from with the whole fag thing. Three, that really is about, oh no, three, you're going to have to fucking toughen up. Alright, I'm not putting a gun to anyone's head and saying, hey, listen, you got to come watch the stream right now. Or else you're going to die. No one's doing that. No one's fucking doing that. So if you come into the stream, know there's going to be some language. There's going to be a lot of trash talking. And some of you are probably going to hate me and think I'm a piece of shit. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So that's all out there. And so I don't want to get tweets saying, oh my god, I can't believe he's the face of MLG and he says trash can and fag. I don't, it means nothing to me. Because one, the game's not even picked up on MLG. So I can't be the face of MLG for this game if it's not picked up. Number one, argument flawed. Number two, I'm not a caster or anything anymore. I'm just a personality now. I'm just going to be a streamer. That's it. That's all I'm going to kind of go for here. Um, Now the second thing I want to talk about, because this is going to be a little bit shorter because I still need to, right now how Gandhi's Thoughts is going to evolve over time is that it's going to go from me sitting on here saying pointless babble about my stream and my setting dilemma. By the way, I can't tell what's better, 5 cents or 3 cents for me. 4 cents is out of the equation. Fibonacci numbers only 3, 5, 8, 1, 2, 13. 20, 21, those I kind of go with the Fibonacci numbers there. If you don't know what Fibonacci numbers are, it's numbers that occur in nature. So it's like, so how it goes is it's 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 5, 13, so on, so forth, so forth. Those are the numbers that reoccur throughout nature, and that's kind of where I stick at. I know it's like an OCD thing, but it's something that I hold true to myself, so I try to use it throughout everything that I can. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, but the other thing I want to talk about, besides where Gandhi's Thoughts is going to end up going, so towards the end it's going to be going about what I think about game types, what I think needs to be different and everything like that, but I'm only 4 days in, so I can't I can't really say what I think needs to be changed, but I'll tell you what, I don't really like Deluxe that much, but I haven't played it enough, so I can't give you an honest opinion. To say anything else would be doing it an injustice. So I'd have to play more, but I'm never going to vote for it because I didn't find it fun at all. So sorry, Walshy. I don't like your game types, not one bit. Not at all, actually. No, they're not fun in the slightest bit. But the next thing I want to talk about is I always see a lot of people. I see a lot of people saying, Gandhi, why don't you contact AGL and say, hey, give me a team pass for Nashville? And as cool as that is, to say I'd be able to do, I don't like doing that. I don't like abusing who I am as a person or like my reputation as a person to get ahead in this world. That's not how I was raised. That's not what I do. I don't take advantage of others. I don't want to use myself to get to that next level, right? Like I don't want to be like, hey, you know who I fucking am? I'm Gandhi. I used to play for MLG, bro. And then they're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, come on, come on. No, I never will do that. People who do that, in my opinion, are scumbags. I can understand why you do it, but it's not me. So I'm not. I mean, if I go to AGL, it's gonna be like to attend. Period. Right? Like I'm not gonna be competing, obviously, because I can't get a team pass because they're sold out. So the next AGL after Nashville, if they have another event, which I'm not sure how they're doing financially. Hopefully it's kicking ass because that's what we all want is for it to kick ass. But that I will never abuse my power ever. And I think I think with the name and the reputation, you have to carry yourself a certain way. And so I sacrifice, being able to say shit like fag, trash can, you're not good, and belittling people at all times of any point of the day. I substitute that with not abusing who I am as a person. Or my reputation, really, because I'm just a normal fucking guy. That's it. I'm not a face of anything. I'm just a normal guy. Period. But the last thing I want to talk about is I always get these messages about carbon, and even though I addressed it on the last one, um, I'm not sure what I'm doing for a team. I know Karma's been dabbling with playing here, but to be honest, at this point in the stage where I am at personally, I am comfortable getting on and having fun with Maven and Hoss. I don't care who we play with as a force. I really don't. I mean, of course, I want to win, but I don't want to play with really good people because it's not going to get me better right now. I understand the appeal. I can and I'm sorry to all my viewers because I know I could probably get Formal in or I've had Hines in, but the thing is I need to get better. So by playing with these better people on my team, they're going to be able to carry games. Like I'm not going to know where I need to improve. Hoss and Maven, they're a little bit better than me. They may not have the same exact smarts or we all have our games where we go up and down, but really I'm having fun. And right now, that is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the long term. Like I said, this is day 4. Today is going to be day 5. So when day 5's done, I'll do another show. I'll say, hey, by the way, shutout still sucks. You still keep spawning bottom blue. Always back out. Always. But other than that, like that is where I am at. I am hanging out, and that's kind of how I'm going to keep approaching everything. I'm going to just keep having fun. As soon as you start not having fun, this is what happened to me in Halo 3. As soon as you stop having fun with the game and you try to force it and you're getting on but you're angry, right? Like you're treating your teammates like shit, you're not playing well, you're not putting the time in because you aren't good enough or because because you don't want to. So when you don't put this time in and you don't actually want to get on, then it becomes not fun. Then it becomes a job. And then you hate your job. You don't want to get on. You're like, fuck. You look at your phone and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to play right now, man. The game sucks. You get these clowns with hard light shields. I never want to have that happen to me. I don't. So I'm having fun. If it means I have to play with Maven on Saturday nights who's getting drunk, fuck it. I'll get drunk too. That's how we'll move. But really, I just want to keep having fun. And that's kind of my direction with this, and I just want to let everyone else know that I'm not looking for a team anytime soon. And to be honest, I don't see myself really not playing without Maven and Hoss anytime soon because these guys are a blast. I've known them for a very, very long time, and that's kind of where I'm going here. So I apologize. If they ever can't get on, yeah, I'll try to work in some pros, but really, I just need to get better. So me playing against pros, awesome. Like I'll try to get a scrim or something against formal, and me, Hoss, and Maven will pick up a fourth. But that's what I'll do. I don't want to play with them on my team because, as I said, I'll get carried. Because they have that ability. They have that ability to just take games over. And it's not fun. Like, I want snipers. Like, I don't want railguns. I am awful with railguns. I'm also awful with sticky detonators. I used to think I was the shit with the sticky detonator. Awful. Trash can. Complete trash can. But so I want snipers. I want to get better. I want to challenge. I don't want to always do the right thing. I want to challenge people. I want to push attic and jump over nades and still try to shoot this guy, Like these little things try to get me better. There's no ranking system, so I can't really get punished for playing like a jackass. It's the only thing that's nice. So as I'm climbing up, I am just going to be working on trying to get better as best as I can. So I'll go against pros. I don't really want them on my team. All right? Everyone cool with that? Fantastic. So, Gandhi playing Halo, it's not for pussies. So if anyone has any questions, fire them away. Yeah, I know this is a pretty short episode, so. But regardless, if anyone has any questions, fire them away. This is. I'm going to get ready to go play. I'm just going to make a shake. Yesterday I didn't eat anything, and that's not fun at all. So. What do I think of the ranking system coming out? To be honest, man, I haven't looked into it at all. If you want to send me a link, I can talk about it tomorrow. But really, I haven't looked at it at all. I know from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I believe that the ranks don't show up in game, and that you have to go online through Halo Waypoint or whatever it is to see where you are ranked. And if that's the case, I don't know how I feel about that, but okay, so that is the case. Wow, that's I don't really get. All right. So here's okay. So listen, traditional rank playlist. Whatever your rank is, you're gonna get matched around people in that rank. Okay, so that's a fact. But a lot of I think the reason is going to come down to this, right? So a lot of people, because there's a lot of other sites out there like Halo Tracker, the Halo Councils, things like that that are kind of pulling away from Halo Waypoints, uh, not network activity, I guess, or just people going to their site and hitting those ads and whatnot. So I believe the only reason I think that this is even thought about is, and this is theory, I'm not trying to slander anyone, but the only reason I think this is even thought about was so they could get more traffic to their website. That's it. Because it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you think about it, because how would keeping the ranks out of the in-game help anything? What else would it do? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. When you think about it logistically, it's like, what factor's missing, right? So it's like, okay, we're going to give you ranks. And you're like, awesome, fuck yeah. So you click on your service record and you're like, I don't know what fucking rank I am. And then a big message pops up. Go to www.halowaypoint.org, edu, gov, whatever the fuck it is. And then so you go to this website, and then what are they going to have? So there's probably what, I don't know, I forget how many were on yesterday. Let's call it, let's just call it 100K, right? Let's say 100K. 60,000 people want to see their rank, okay? Just for whatever. 60,000 people visit the site. That's going to boost traffic a lot. That's going to be a lot of ad revenue, a lot of Google ads just hitting them in the face, and that's good. And then what they're going to probably end up doing is throwing on some kind of clothing or something on there, or you can buy armor, something to kind of track over the League of Legends. And so, of course, all I'm saying right now is slander as fuck, but this is my assumption. That's the only thing I can think of, because it really doesn't make any sense at all. And look, okay, so listen, I will address this right now. The standby issue, there is nothing we can do. Uh, the standby issue there is nothing we as a community can do about it. This is something that 343 is going to have to include, and it really comes down to they have to appoint one person or a team of people, because I know they're already working on Halo 5, because the cool thing is to get the game out every single year so everyone spends $60 and that's it. Fuck longevity. But it's disgusting. But the big thing here is the only way we're going to stop standbying is if they bring out this checks and balance system. And what we use for this checks and balance system is just a simple report. If anyone here is familiar with League of Legends, how League of Legends works is you can, at the end of the game, you can either honor your opponent, you can honor your teammates, or you can report them. So you can report them, for inappropriate language, leaving games /AFK, feeding the other team, stuff of that sort, right? Or cheating. You can report them for cheating too, but I don't think there's any way of cheating in League of Legends. But so the big thing is leaving games /AFK. Now what happens is when you report them, it goes to the tribunal, which is basically like this nerdy judicial system bullshit, right? And what it happens is they review cases, and they bring in the community members and everything like that, and they can weigh in on it. So it's like a lot of people come in there and like, oh, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're fat, your mother's a whore, and then they have all the chat view, and they're like, this guy's verbal abuse, and then they get like multiple reports of it, and then they bring it in front of this like court system essentially, and they weigh on the pros and cons of it. If the person should be banned or not. So what really 343 needs to do is to add this report system. Now, of course, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to be like, he kicked my ass, he had to have been cheating. Like, let's say Pulse Esports or Dynasty, whatever the hell you want to call them, Formal, Snipe Down Hines, and APG, go into matchmaking, and they are just running shop, and they're slapping the shit out of kids, and they beat them like 50-4. Right? 50-4. Awful, awful win. They're probably, so two of them will probably report them. They'll probably be like, oh, they're cheating. There's no way they did that without, abusing host or flooding my IP. There's no fucking way. Ugh. Okay, well, that's one report. Okay, so 343 has to use, objective thinking here and subjective and be like, okay, wait, they lost 50-4. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what everyone else is doing. And then they see the games are closer, and then they see that only one report's happened in like a week. Okay, that's cool. But when you have standbyers here and everyone gets matched up against one, and then you just, bam, bam, cheating. You have 5 or 6 messages saying that they were cheating in a row, and you don't give advantage just because people are known or not known, or they're YouTubers or not. Who gives a fuck? You literally, if they are cheating, you hit them with the ban hammer. Nothing is more of an eye-opener than saying, hey, by the way, take a break for fucking 2 weeks. By the way, you have no life. Now what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and do nothing. And now you're going to think about why you are an asshole. And that's really it. So that's that. That's the only thing we can possibly do about standby. And if that doesn't happen, whatever. 343 can come up with their own solutions. I'm just a 23-year-old guy who knows, I know very little, right? Fuck it. But so the last question I'm going to answer, and then I'm going to go make a shake, and then I'm going to get online here and play with Hoss and Maven and someone else. Last question I'm going to answer here is, are the Caps going to make the playoffs? Yes. And the reason the Caps will make the playoffs, this is hockey talk. The reason the Caps will make the playoffs is only because the Southeast Division is just trash. We're down like, I think 5 or 6 points now from the lead. So that's 4 games essentially. There are 3 games essentially. So as long as everyone else keeps losing and we keep doing well, we can go on 2-1 streaks and we'll be all right. We'll be there. We will fucking be there. So I am going to get a shake, come back here, throw up the stream, and I'll probably be streaming until 6. So tweet this bitch out, and I will be back. Thank you for watching. Salute.